Hello, I am Santiago Gonzalez, and you are watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. We're coming to you today on location from the 2020 NAMM show in Anaheim, California at the Stonefield Bass booth with Stonefield artist Santiago Gonzalez. Hola, Santiago.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm really fine, thank you. What about you, my man?
It is an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. This is the first time we've actually met, so I don't really know you very well, but in the next 10 minutes or so, I'll know everything about you, right?
That's gonna be like that, man. I'm really honored to meet you too.
Thank you very much. Let's just start from the beginning. You are from Bogota, Colombia? I was there. I did a tour of Colombia. My first tour was 1986. Cali, Bogota, Medellin, a couple other cities. Enjoyed it very much. So I know a little bit about where you come from. But tell me the story of your initial exposure to music and how you became a bass player.
Okay, well, my father is a pastor of a church. So when I was a really little kid, he put me in the worship team. So I started playing drums when I was 4 years old, and then I started to turn around with a lot of music like bass, piano, guitar, upright, even trumpet. But when I was 8 years old, I saw my favorite bass player of all times, Victor Wooten, and I saw him and I was like, I need to play slap. So I took the bass, and since that day, from today and all my life, if God permits it, I'm gonna be playing bass all my life, and it's amazing. It's been a quite long journey. I've been playing in churches like in Colombia, and since I was 12, I got to meet big artists in Colombia like Carlos Vives, Andres Cepeda, and all those big cats. And thanks to them, I could start my journey in music and more and more about more music genres and everything. So thanks God, I'm here, and it's been a long journey. To be here, it's an honor, everything. And last year, I arrived here to LA with a scholarship and a master's.
Scholarship to
LACM.
Oh.
Master's.
Jerry Watts?
Yep.
Okay. Tim Landers is there, Philip Bino is there, Steve Billman is there.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And it was really amazing.
Excuse me, Los Angeles College of Music, for anybody who doesn't know.
And I studied too in CCM, California College of Music. I was there too, and in September I graduated everything. And now I'm working with an OPT, it's like a work visa. And it's been a really quite long journey, really amazing. I've been playing with big cats. Today we are gonna play, and I hope you are here. It's really amazing to be here with Tom of Stonefield, and I'm really glad to be a part of this scene of music. You know what I mean?
Let me back up a little bit. Victor Wooten was the one who, it sounds like he opened the door to you for discovering the bass. Yeah. And once you got into the bass, were there any other bass players that inspired you, or any other bass heroes that you've had?
Oh my God, Jaco Pastorius.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, man. When it was funny because when I saw Victor, I started learning slap before fingering, and after that, when I took this slap to the next level, I was okay, I need to see groove and stuff, and then I got to see Jaco Pastorius. I got to see Jamiroquai that's my love.
Stuart Zender.
Yeah. Nick Fifth. And the one that is now, and they are all my heroes. I know all the songs of all the albums of Jamiroquai. That's thanks to that I'm a little funky, and all of these musicians like Marcus Miller, like Hadrian Ferrod. Right now he's my hero. My master here was Benjamin Shepherd.
Oh, okay.
He's amazing too. I love timba, Cuban timba, and my album is about Latin jazz, so it's Cuban timba too.
What the name of the album? I'm sorry. Again, is
the name of the album is the Bará Group. It's the group, and the name of the album is Bará. Okay. Bara. You can find it in all platforms, Spotify, iTunes, everything.
I'm sorry, but tell me one more time slowly the name of the group.
The Bará Group.
Oh, the Bará Group.
Yep.
Okay. Easier than it sounds.
Yeah, it's really easy. Yeah. So like, there's a lot of like really good bass players that here I got to meet, like Gary Willis. Oh my God,
He lives in Spain.
yeah.
He's here at the show, or he was.
Like last
Did
year,
not know that. Where is he?
last year was my very first NAM, and I got to see him, and I played with him, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Did you speak any Spanish with him?
A little, yeah, a little. He understands really well Spanish
Does
now.
he say Barcelona or Barcelona?
Barcelona. yeah. He got to the Spanish thing now. Yeah, it's too
Living in Spain will do that.
Yeah.
Tell me how you met Tom Stanley. Tom with two M's. Tom Stanley from Stonebridge.
Well,
Because New Zealand is very far away from Colombia and very far away from California.
so that's a funny story. Like my very first NAM was last year, and I got to meet him last year. I was like trying basses on all over the place, and when I arrived this one, I was like, okay, these ones are weird, but are beautiful. You know what I mean? They have like this new like fashion, this totally different. I want to see it. So I started like trying the basses, and I got this amazing feeling. Like it's a big bass, and I love the bridge that is like an upright bass bridge that with the wood thing, all the wood pieces. Man, I love the sound that it comes, the bass, and I love that it's passive, but it's still really big. And he has like this new like technology that he uses that for like to put middles and bass in a passive bass. You know what I mean? That's amazing. So for me, when I started to him, he was like, yeah, please talk to me, send me a message, and we start talking. Like after 5 months, I think, we got on a deal, and now I'm here. I got sponsored by him, thanks to God, and I'm really glad to be playing these basses, and I'm really glad to be here.
One thing that I've experienced with the Stonefield bass is they are so versatile in terms of the types, the number of types of tones that you can get. But the idea is you don't need 100 different tones, but you need the ones that you want. So do you find that even though there are so many different options available, you pretty much gravitate to one or two or three tones that you use most of the time?
Yeah, like it was like a little hard for me at the beginning because I was used to have like 10 knobs, so I can do everything. But this one are like 3-4 knobs. It's amazing. So you can have all the tones you want, even Jaco Pastorius tone. But my master, when I was a little, he told me one thing that is really true, that is, the instrument doesn't make the musician. But if the musician is good, the instrument will sound amazing. You know what I mean? And so that's why I always trust in my hands. But when I have this bass, it's like, oh my God, I can do more than I usually do. You know what I mean? So I love, one of the things that I most love with this bass is the harmonics that I can get out of it. Because all of the wood, it's so perfect that I can get all the harmonics perfect.
For playing your Jaco licks?
Exactly. Like, and when you just wanna do chords and beautifully like things like that, oh my God, it's amazing. And you know, other thing that is like a plus, the building of it and just the physics are beautiful. Just like wooden, oh my God, it's beautiful. That's one of the things that when you first see a bass, everything enters by the eye, right? So it's like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Tell me about the rest of your gear. What kind of strings do you put on the bass? What kind of amps do you use? And if you use any effects or anything else that's in your arsenal?
Well, I'm sponsored by Trickfish amps.
Oh.
So I play Trickfish amps. They are amazing.
Ryan, right? Ryan Owens?
Yeah, Justin Hutt.
Justin Huth, yes.
It's amazing. I love those amps. I got endorsed like 3 months ago, and it's been a really beautiful journey with them. And well, I play with that, like the amps of Trickfish. I play with a preamp that they have, that is called the Trilobite. And well, I have some effects that are the zoom effects. I love the zoom. I have like my volume pedal and stuff, and I love to do like loops with these things. And well, the thing that of the effects is like they give you more and more. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So that's why I usually don't use a lot of effects, but I usually just use the envelope with a little of reverb.
Yeah.
And that's all that I need. And the volume pedal makes everything.
Sure. What about the future? You've been in this country for what, a year?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. So what else would you like to do? You're very young. You obviously have a lot of energy. What else would you like to accomplish?
Well, right now I'm starting to move my band here, and hopefully, if everything goes well, I'm gonna start like touring the US with my band, with a really big musicians. Thanks God, like really amazing musicians. We will be touring the US, and I think in Europe at final of the year. At the end of the year, we're gonna be in Europe. Next year, I'm gonna tour all Latin America, because before came here, I got with my album, I got like 4 jazz awards, and I got to the biggest like jazz festival of La Colombia, and I won a big Steinway piano. It was like a Steinway and Sons and jazz festival, so it was amazing. And well, they want me there, so I want to first start here, and then at the end to arrive there to Latin America and do the journey there. Well, in the future, you know, you never know what's gonna happen, but I know I wanna be playing, and like I love to be in the studio. I do a lot of my works in the studio, and well, for me right now, like the new bass that I got, thanks to God, the amazing Stonefield, it's been really cool, because all my clients that they take me to record for them, they're like, oh, that's a new bass. Oh, it sounds really good. And so they're like, oh, please, Stonefield, please, that one.
Right. Right.
So it's amazing.
It sounds like once you discovered the bass, you were very focused on learning the bass and becoming a great bass player. We have a lot of people at ForBassPlayersOnly.com that come to us, in addition to for the interviews and the features and all of those things, to learn bass online. We have a very vibrant instructional program. What advice can you impart to somebody who wants to learn how to play the bass? What is important for them to know?
You just need to know that bass, like other instruments and all the instruments, I always say, at first it's not that easy, but when you get to start learning the beautiful bass, it's gonna be lovely. And the bass is one of the things that I always say that is the best instrument, because you have everything. You can do harmonies, you can do melodies, and you can even do the bass that is like the big bass. You know what I mean? And that's like the groove. It's everything you need. So just keep grinding, and all those exercises, do it slow and peaceful, because all the good things are with time. You gotta be patient.
If you can't play it slowly, you certainly cannot play it fast.
Exactly. That's this thing. And time by time, with the time, you will see that too slow, too fast, it will arrive. It will come.
That's right. One more question. What would you be if you were not a bass player? Something outside of music.
Something outside of music? Well, I don't know why, but in school, I always was good in chemistry.
Okay. Did you like to blow stuff up?
Yeah. I was really good at chemistry. I actually got a scholarship in university back in Colombia for a chemistry career, but I was like, no, I want music.
All right. Well, it's great sitting down, getting to know you. Thanks so much. Good luck with everything, getting the band over here. Congratulations on the new record. Good luck with the tour. I hope everything works out for you, and I have a good feeling that it will.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope to see you soon.
All right. Thank you very much. On location with my new friend, Santiago Gonzalez, at the Stonefield booth at the 2020 NAMM Show, Anaheim, California. I'm John Liebman. You're watching the #1 site on the internet for exclusive one-on-one bass player interviews, and now more and more people's favorite place for learning bass online, ForBassPlayersOnly.com. Once again, I'm John Liebman. Let's play bass.